Hari Om. So let us start the class. Let us chant the Om 3 times. Om. 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 Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatye Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram Atulita Baladamam Hema Shailabhadeham Danujavana Krishanum Jnaninam Agraganyam Sakala Gunanidhanam Vanaranam Adhisham Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatam Namami Namah Shri Tulasīdāsa Sadvarishthāya Dhīmate Pūritam Hrudayam Yena Rama Premamrute Name. Hari Om to everyone. So, in Hanuman Chalisa, so far we have seen up till the 17th Chaupai. Let's go ahead and chant till the 17th Chaupai. Okay? Shri Guru Charana Saroj Raj Nij Mana Mukuru Sudari Varanau Raghubara Bimala Jasya Jodaya Kupalachari Buddhihina Tanu Janike Sumiro Pavana Kumar Bala Buddhi Vidya Dehu Mahi Harahu Kalesha Vikar Jaya Hanuman Gnana Guna Sagar जय कपी सति हुलोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बलदाम अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नाम महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरण विराज सुबेश कानन कुंडल कुंचित केश हाथ वज्र औ ध्वजा विराजे कांदे मूंज जनेऊ साजे शंकर स्वयं केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिवे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिवे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई सहस वदन तुम रोयश गावे अस कही श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिषा यम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहीं सके कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीना, राम मिलाए राजपद दीना। तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। So we were looking at the Tumo Upakar Sugriva Hikina, Rama Milaya Rajapad Dina. So Hanumanji, you did a great favor to Sugriva by making him meet Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji, and you gave him the kingship over the Kishkinda and also refuge at the feet of Sri Ramchandraji, that is Rajapada. And we were seeing the symbolism of this prasanga. And so let us continue with a few more points on this symbolism. So we saw in the last class what Rishyamukha mountain stands for. Rishyamukha is a symbol of satsang. Mukha is face. Rishi is a saint. Rishyamukha means Vani of a saint, that is speech of a saint. And Vali cannot come there because he's not fit for the satsang. And we were looking at some points on prarabdha and purushartha also. And also we saw why Sugriva suffered so much under Vali also. So there we see purushartha is stronger than prarabdha. It is our free will, that is purushartha, and that comes as prarabdha, or what you call the destiny, at a later time. So we should be very careful of what our goal is also that we want to achieve. Is it a worthy goal? Is it worth putting all our efforts? That is purushartha, because you work very hard to change the prarabdha. Then you realize that the ladder you climbed was on the wrong wall. The best example we can see is Dhruva. He felt insulted and decided to do tapasya to attain the Dhruvapada, from where nobody will make him get down. Later, when Narada visited Dhruva in Dhruvaloka, at that time, Dhruva was lying on the ground crying, and his crown was on the floor, and he was saying, everybody is going in front of me, and I am Chiranjeevi. And here I am. What is it that I'm doing? What is this Dhruva Pada for? Everyone, because he is Chiranjeevi, but not everybody is Chiranjeevi. So the more births are there and the deaths are there, and everything is happening in the Dhruvaloka. So he is very sad. So he tells Narada that, I saw Bhagavan. Bhagavan was right in front of me. I could have asked just for Bhagavan. And why did I ask for this Dhruvapada? So we should be careful about what our goals are, and putting a lot of effort in it, and then realizing I really did not need this one. So whenever we want to change our prarabdha, we should think whether it is worth it or it is not worth it. And here, Sugriva is experiencing his purushartha of the past as the prarabdha now. In this prasanga, we saw that Sugriva saw Rama and Lakshmana walking, and what does he do? He wants to run away. So Gurudev says, opportunity knocks on our door, but we are either sleeping or we are not home. Vedanta never wants us to feel we are the victims of the past. We can change. Then the next episode we saw was Sugriva surrendered to Bhagavan. And is that for Purushartha or Prarabdha? It is not prarabdha, it is not purushartha. It is divine grace. And Sugriva, the next, as we keep going about this prasanga, then what happens? Bhagavan Rama and Sugriva becomes the friends, and Bhagavan says that he is going to help to get his kingdom and his wife, right? So then the war is there between Sugriva and Vali. The fight, no, it's not a war, it's a duel. And there we saw that Sugriva was beaten the first time. When he went first time with lot of abhimana that I can win over Vali because I have Bhagavan. He is going to do it. But he had lot of pride at that time. And so when he went there, he got beaten up. Bhagavan did not help because he could not recognize Sugriva because Sugriva had become just like Vali. So any good quality, when pride comes, what happens? That good quality gets hidden. And here Sugriva represents Sadhaka Ahankara and Vali represents Bhadaka Ahankara. What is Bhadaka Ahankara? That which puts obstacles in our sadhana. And what is Sadhaka Ahankar? When I'm doing some sadhanas and I get this pride, oh, I'm doing so good. I'm going to achieve what I'm doing and I'll become a Brahmagnani very fast. That is Ahankara. That is Sadhaka Ahankara. Then there is this episode we saw that when Sugriva got beaten up, Bhagavan moved his hand on the body of Sugriva and all his wounds and the pain just disappeared there, right? So what it means is when Jiva gets hit by karma phala, what gives solace to Jiva is the grace of the Lord. And the grace of the Lord helps us to reset our mind to previous condition. So this is the symbolic meaning of Bhagavan moving his hand over Sugriva's broken body. So the karma pala is eased by Bhagavan's grace there. But when he goes for the second round, fight with Vali, Bhagavan puts a garland around his neck, Vijayamala, which reminds Sugriva that I'm the devotee of Lord. So the one who fights is not me, but it is Bhagavan who gives the ability to fight. So the Sugriva's mindset was completely changed when he went to fight with Vali the second time. Then the last symbolism is more, finally everybody asks not only this why Bhagavan had to hit Vali from behind. And the other doubt many people have in Ramayana is that why did Bhagavan send Sita ji to forest, right? So let us see here this portion where Bhagavan hit Vali from behind. Why? Why did he do that one? First of all, Vali is a monkey. Sri Ramchandra ji is a Kshatriya. So a Kshatriya can hunt from behind. There's nothing wrong in that one. The second is Vali represents desire, very strong attachment, which brings all the negative qualities, or what you want to call demonic qualities, like pride, anger. Anger is the root cause of root of karma, desire anyway. So whenever the sense object comes in front of us, half of our strength or half of our power goes to that sense object. This is the symbolism behind this episode. So what happens at that time? The sense object becomes stronger than our mind. The desire, the temptation, we cannot fight from the front at all. That desire has to be killed by sending an arrow from behind only, meaning keeping that sense object away from us. A wise seeker avoids temptation rather than fighting or conquering the desire. But what happens is, a few times in the beginning, because of our willpower, we will be able to conquer our desire. But eventually, we fall for the desire. So, and also here, the Wali was a very lustful person, because he took away even Sugriva's wife. So we see, of all the temptations, lust is the most powerful temptation, and there is no way to overcome lust by facing that one. Wali, as he falls, he tells Bhagavan, yes, it's my karma phala that I am going through, that is prarabdha. But Bhagavan, I'm still blessed because you are standing in front of me. And I'm going to leave this body looking at your beautiful form. So Wali understands his mistakes, and he does not blame Bhagavan, and he realizes that what a great opportunity he got. Even at the last minute, he was able to see that Bhagavan and give up the breath there. But Bhagavan, before Wali dies, he reminds him of all the wrong actions he had done and why he was killed. And he says that you took away Sugriva's wife, that is your brother's wife, and you should treat her like your daughter and not look at her as with lustful eyes. And also, you never gave a chance to Sugriva to explain what happened. You were in such great anger, rage, that you tried to kill him also. I was not partial to Sugriva, but it was my duty to punish those who go out of dharma. So this is the prasanga, and here, this tumo pukaru Sugriva hikina Rama milaye Rajapad Dina. And little more is Hanumanji. Actually, even though he did a great favor in getting the Kishkinda back to him, he did not stop there. Hanumanji, he helped Sugriva to realize the promise he had made to Bhagavan that he has forgotten. So when Lakshmana comes there with anger, Hanumanji tells Sugriva to wake up and keep the promise that he had made to Bhagavan. So here, Hanumanji keeps that connection going with Bhagavan. So we have to see, like, what I was going to try to say was, it is the Guru who helps us to keep the connection with Bhagavan. And here Hanumanji as Guru helped Sugriva to keep that connection with Sri Ramchandraji. So, Tumu upukara Sugriva ikina, Rama milaye, Rajapad Dina here. Then what happened? The next one is Vibhishana. So here Hanumanji not only helped Sugriva to become the king, he also helped Vibhishana to become Lankeshwar. So Hanumanji helped them, and Lord appointed them as the kings here. But we see that Lord Rama never asked Sugriva or Vibhishana to fulfill his task first, and then only he is going to help. He did not do that one. All they had to do, Sugriva and Vibhishana, is surrender to Bhagavan, and glories became theirs. That means, they became the kings there. This shows that surrendering to Bhagavan, we get both material and also spiritual powers. So now let us see the next chopai, where Vibhishana episode comes here. Tumuro mantra Vibhishana mana Lankeshwara baye sab jagajana. Tumuro mantra Vibhishana mana. So mantra. Here mantra is not like a mantra that we take for japa. Here mantra means advice. Mantrana, that is the one, and it's not mantra. Mantrana. So here it says Tumuro mantra Vibhishana mana. So Vibhishana followed your advice. And what happened is, because following that advice, what happened to him? Lankeshwara baye sab jagajana. He became the king of Lanka. And sab jagajana, the whole world knows about that one. So this prasanga, this episode comes in Sundarkand in Sri Ramcharitmanas. Vibhishana mana, so Hanumanji, your advice was heeded by Vibhishana, or you can say followed by Vibhishana. What does this mean? Hanumanji had such a convincing power. See, he can go to an enemy territory and convince someone to surrender to Bhagavan whom he has never seen. That means Vibhishana has never seen Sri Ramchandraji. So that is the power of speech that Hanumanji had. Vakpatutvam that he had. Hanumanji was also able to gain trust of Sita ji also. That is the power of purity of Hanumanji, and that is the power of his tapasya. And this is the portion when Hanumanji went to Lanka looking for Mother Sita. He searched all the palaces, but he did not find her. He wonders, where should I go now? Where can I look? And what to do? It is said, the one who is doing Bhagavan's work, that then all the indications and the guidance comes from the Lord at the right time. That's what happened to Hanumanji also. As Hanumanji was thinking what to do, he saw a house with a temple, and there were tulsi plants in front of that house. And that house was decorated with Ramayuda. That is, like Ayuda of Sri Ramchandraji, like bow and arrow. And he never expected to see a place like that in Lanka. And he wondered how a devotee can be living in such a place. Places like Lanka, where everyone was a Rakshasa, interested only in material things. And as he was thinking what happened, Vibhishana woke up saying, Rama, Rama. Hanumanji instantly understood that here is a true devotee who wakes up with the name of Lord on his tongue. It is said the thought that with which you go to sleep will be the same thought when you wake up. So this is a sadhana for us. We should try to do at least one mala of japa before going to bed. And that should be the last thought before we close our eyes. What happens when you wake up? You wake up with the same japa. It might not happen the very first day, but if you give it time, you will see that does happen. It becomes very effortlessly afterwards. And here, when Hanumanji heard Rama Rama, he decided, here is a devotee and I should make friendship with this particular person. So he disguised himself as a Brahmana boy and he also chanted Rama Rama. So Vibhishana was surprised. He said, who is saying Rama Rama here? Everybody in Lanka says Kama Kama, not Rama Rama. And he came out and he saw this Brahmin boy. And Vibhishana said, he just prostrated to the Brahmin boy. He was so happy who is chanting Rama Rama. So he just felt, I'm seeing the great a devotee of Sri Ramchandraji. And so he fell at his feet. And thus, Hanumanji met Vibhishana. Hanumanji, at that time, he gave up his Brahmana disguise and he showed his real form and he said who he is. And he tells Vibhishana the glories of Bhagwan Sri Ramchandraji. Swamiji says, people, they say, I wish I had a better environment to practice my sadhanas. But I live in this materialistic world, US. What can I do? I cannot do any of my sadhana. So Swamiji says, learn from Vibhishana. He stayed in Lanka and he did not give up being a sadhak. He did not give up being a devotee of Bhagavan. So we cannot blame our environment for our lack of enthusiasm in our sadhana. So here Hanumanji asked Vibhishana, who is the devotee of Lord, how he is able to live in the middle of all these Rakshasas. Vibhishana very nicely says, it is like a soft tongue that lives between the sharp 32 teeth. But Hanumanji says, the teeth are not permanent. A person is born with the teeth and the baby teeth all fall away. And when that person becomes old, again that all the teeth are gone. But the tongue lasts for a lifetime. That means Vibhishana will last for a long time, but all the Rakshasas are not going to last forever. And Vibhishana feels comfortable with Hanuman and he asks more about Lord Rama. And also he says, would Bhagavan ever shower his grace and blessings on me? would he ever accept me as his devotee? Because Vibhishana had self-doubt. Hanumanji convinces Vibhishana that Sri Rama would never refuse him. And he says, look at me, I'm a monkey. And nobody respects a monkey. And some even believe that if they see a monkey in the morning, that day they don't even get food for the whole day. And still, Bhagwan has accepted me, not only me, all the monkeys he has accepted, and he has blessed all of us. So why do you think that Bhagwan is not going to accept you? So what was he was trying to tell us? When Bhagwan is able to uh, shower his grace on a monkey, then why not on someone as great as Vibhishana? So this way, Hanumanji gives confidence to Vibhishana, who has never seen Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra ji, that Bhagavan will accept you as a devotee. So the two devotees spend their time talking about Sri Rama until the day, the sun was rising at that time in the morning. And Vibhishana also, his, what do you call, the thirst or that he wanted to know so much more about Bhagavan, that thirst was quenched by Hanumanji. So Hanumanji tells Vibhishana, you have been continuously remembering Sri Ramchandra ji. That is great. But now you have to serve Bhagavan also by doing his work. Your brother has kidnapped Mother Sita, and I am being sent here by Bhagavan to look for her. Now you tell me where Sita ji is. So it is not only important to be good, but you should do good also. So Hanumanji inspired Vibhishana to do good. And Hanumanji calls Vibhishana brother. So he says, when you are my brother, okay, Sita ji is also your mother, as she is my mother. So I have come here, crossing the ocean, looking for her, and you are staying here. And can you not help me in this mission? So Vibhishana says, yes, I want to help you. And he tells about where Sita ji is kept. And also he says, only 2 men are allowed to go to that Ashoka Vatika where she has kept. That is Ravana and me. No other man can go there. So what you do is, you take my farm and then you go to Ashoka Vatika, then nobody will keep you, you won't have any resistance there. So this one actually, Vibhishana saying that, you take my farm. I had not read it anywhere before, but Swamiji has written in the Mahaviri. That's why I am quoting from that book here. See, when you stay on the right path, you have the grace of your God and Guru, and then everything will fall in place. But when it happens, we don't know. But we have to keep continuing to be doing good and recognizing the blessings that we have been getting. That faith we should have, the full faith. When we have, it will happen. So after meeting Hanumanji, there is a lot of transformation in Vibhishana's personality. Now he has the courage to tell Ravana what is right and what is wrong. So Vibhishana goes to Ravana, tries to advise him to send Mother Sita back to Sri Ramchandraji, where she belongs. And he says, if you don't want to take her, if you feel that, you don't want to have the face to see Sri Ramchandraji, I will take her on behalf of you. You don't have to go. But Ravana is very upset hearing these things. But Vibhishana, folding his hands again and again, requests Ravana what he should be doing. Then Ravana's patience is gone. So he screams at him and he says, you are living off of me and you are taking the side of my enemy. If you want to go to my enemy, you go. And he kicks Vibhishana. Again, Vibhishana holds on to the feet of Ravana. But Ravana doesn't change. At that time, Vibhishana says, okay, I did my best. Now I'm going to leave you and I'm going to take refuge under Sri Ramchandraji. And I'm going to take that Sharanagati and under Bhagavan. Vibhishana has never seen Sri Ramchandraji, as I have told you before, but he has so much faith that he is going to accept because Hanumanji has convinced him that Bhagavan will never send him away. He will give the Sharanagati to him. So, Tumuro mantra Vibhishana mana. So he took that advice of Hanumanji and he approached Bhagavan through bhakti, through devotion that he had. So Sugriva left Lanka with 4 of his chiefs and he comes to the other side of the ocean where Sri Ramchandraji was there. And did I say Sugriva? No, Vibhishana, right? Yeah. Vibhishana comes with 4 of his chiefs and crosses over the ocean. And at there, Sugriva sees him and he tells Bhagavan that we have to tie him off because these people have come as spies. And there is this beautiful episode in Sri Ramchandra. This episode that is in Sundarkand in Sri Ramcharitmanas, where Bhagwan talks about what is his stand when people come to take refuge under him. And he says, even though each jiva is part of me, the jiva has become separated from me. He has drifted away from me and he has forgotten who I am because he is in the worldly pursuits. But I'm always waiting for him to come back to me. That means any jiva that comes to me, I'm very happy and I give him the place, the refuge that he is looking for. And Hanumanji was sitting there, not saying a word when Sugriva said, we have to tie up Vibhishana. But when he heard Sri Ramchandraji's words, he was so happy that, Bhagavan's words is what I said to Vibhishana. And it is true that Bhagavan is the refuge for all the devotees. So when Vibhishana saw Bhagavan, he was so captivated by Bhagavan's beauty, and that love and compassion just rose in Vibhishana, and he surrendered to Bhagavan. So it said, the mind that turns towards the Lord, then that mind becomes stronger and stronger. Holding on to the devotion, surrender, and loyalty, all that makes that seeker conquer his mind there. So Sri Ramchandraji, what does he do when he sees Vibhishana? First thing he says is, Kahu Lankesha Sahita Parivara. So he doesn't say, hey Vibhishana, how is everything with you? He says, Lankesha. So when Bhagavan addresses him as Lankesha, and he gives that title to him, that he will certainly become that one. So Vibhishana says that he has come there to take refuge under him, and on the words of Hanumanji, he tells all the things that Hanumanji told him, and he says that, I don't have any fear or any sorrow leaving Lanka, because I know I am under the Bhagavan's grace here. And I know, Bhagavan, you love me unconditionally. So you please save me here. And so whatever Hanumanji had said about Bhagavan, he is repeating it again. Vibhishana is repeating those same words here. So in this Sundarakand, in Sri Ramcharitmanas, we see 3 different Sharanagatis here. First is the Sharanagati of Hanumanji when he met Sri Ramchandraji for the first time. And that Sharanagati, we can say it is a Satvik Sharanagati. The second Sharanagati is Vibhishana's Sharanagati, which is Rajasic Sharanagati. Why do we say Rajasic Sharanagati? Because Vibhishana himself, he says, Bhagavan, when I came to you, somewhere in the corner of my heart, there was this desire that I should become the king of Lanka so that I can rule properly. So, but by seeing you, but the desire went away. But he had the desire. So we can say this is Rajasic Sharanagati. So here actually Bhagavan says, well, when you came with the desire, I'm going to fulfill that one. Whether the desire is gone already, but still I'm going to fulfill. So he asks for the water to be brought from the ocean, and he does the Rajabhishek of Vibhishana and makes him Lankeshwar. Then Tulsidas ji here, he says very beautifully, without taking any service, okay, Bhagavan's heart melts towards his devotee. Bhagavan did not say when he met Vibhishana or Sugriva, you do my job first, then I will make you as the kings. He never demanded anything like that. In both Sugriva and Vibhishana, we can say that they not only got the kingdoms, they got Bhagavan also. This is what we call in Vedanta, Abhyudaya Nishreyasa Prapti. You get worldly prosperity and also spiritual enlightenment. And the third Sharanagati is of Samudra Devata, which is a tamasic Sharanagati. That the Samudra Devata comes out to meet Bhagavan only after Bhagavan takes his bow and arrow and says he is going to dry up the ocean. It is said that the Jiva also does Sharanagati in three ways. One is a sincere Sharanagati, where I say, I want you, Lord, I want you alone. And that is Sharanagati, Satvik Sharanagati, where we say, Bhagavan hi chahiye. I want only Bhagavan. And what is Rajasik Sharanagati? Bhagavan bhi chahiye. I want other desires also. And one desire is Bhagavan also. That is Rajasik Sharanagati. And what is Tamasik Sharanagati? Until Bhagavan takes a stick in his hand, we don't surrender. So Lord Krishna had took this stick not only to tend the cows, even for the jivas, to discipline the jivas, he took that stick there. So one Swamiji said, when Hanumanji tried to inspire Vibhishana to take refuge under Lord Rama, Vibhishana asked about, what is my Swadharma? Hanumanji said, if you think you're Ravana's brother, you have to serve him. But if you think you're Lord Rama's servant, then you have to serve Lord Rama. And even if you follow your Swadharma as Ravana's brother, your dharma is to protect your brother. And how can you protect your brother? Giving him the advice to send Sita to Sri Ramchandraji. That is the right guidance there. So, Tumuro mantra, Vibhishana mana, Lankeshwara bhaye, sab jagajana. Someone asked Guruji, Guru, this Bhagavan, even before Ravana was killed, he gave the kingdom to Vibhishana, Lanka to Vibhishana, and called him Lankeshwar. Just in case, if Ravana had decided that why all this war for a woman, let me just give Sita back. And he brought her back and he surrendered to you, what would Rama would do? So Guruji says, what will Rama do? He will say, well, I gave the Lanka to Vibhishana, now I give the Ayodhya to Ravana. And I'll be very happy in the forest. I live with Sita forever. So that is Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra Ji. We see that Bhagavan won the battle, and he won Lanka. But he did not win the Lanka to make his kingdom big or taking all the wealth of the Lanka. Bhagavan takes avatar only for the Dharma Samstapana. That's all it is. One last point, I have read somewhere that when Lakshmana saw that Sitaji trusted Hanumanji, so Lakshmana says, Hanumanji is very great. I stayed with Bhagavan and Sitaji in the forest for 12 years serving. But when Maricha came as a deer, and when Bhagavan shot an arrow at him, and he took Bhagavan's voice, the voice, and called out for the help. And Sita ji wanted me to go and help Bhagavan, even though I said Bhagavan doesn't need any help. And she got so angry and she accused me of even having bad intentions. So even though I stayed with her for 12 years, still she did not trust me. But whereas Hanuman, you went there for the first time. She had never seen you, but she had full faith in you. So Hanuman is such an amazing person. Whosoever hand he held, he made him the devotee of Bhagavan. So his presence of mind, his intelligence, his smartness is everything worth imbibing. We should have those things. So tumo upakara sugrivaikina Rama milaya rajapada dina tumuro mantra vibhishana mana lankeshwaru bhaye sabajaga jana. So Hanuman connected two noble beings, that is Sugriva and Vibhishana, with the Lord. He brought Lord to Sugriva and brought Vibhishana to Bhagavan. So he narrated that majestic strength of Bhagavan to Sugriva, and he explained the compassionate nature of Sri Ramchandra Ji to Vibhishana. So we'll stop here. So in the next class, we will see about what is Sharanagati and what are the characteristics of surrender, and all those things we will see. So we'll chant the Hanuman Chalisa, and I think today Hema is going to chant. So all of you please mute, and only Hema will chant unmuting. Okay? Thank you.